demographers predict that the world's population will not grow at the rate it has in the past few decades in the coming years. According to World Bank calculations, the population growth rate was 1.85% in 1987 and has been declining since then to 0.9% in 2021. And from 2022 this year, population growth rate has stopped at 0.88%. Although the world population crossed 8 billion last year. However, statistics show that by 2070, the population growth rate will be much lower than it is now. That is, the total population of the world is increasing, however, the population growth rate is decreasing. But what is the reason for this? According to a United Nations report, the population of 61 countries in the world will decrease by 1% between 2022 and 2050. The reasons for this are mainly two. 1. Declining fertility rate. 2. Massive immigration. While the population in Asia and Africa is increasing rapidly, the population in European countries is decreasing. Declining birth rates relative to death rates. High immigration, reluctance to form families, and reluctance to have children are the main factors holding down birth rates around the world, say demographers. According to a Pew Research Center report, the population of 90 countries will decline by 2010. People living in 2/3 of Europe will lose most of their population. The population of 50 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean will drop by almost half. On the other hand, 8 countries, India, Pakistan, Egypt, Philippines, Congo, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Tanzania, will have population growth over the next 30 years. It is also assumed that our neighboring country India is going to be the most populous country in the world by the year 2050, 1.6 billion people. After 2059, population decline will start there again. Indonesia, the most populous country in Southeast Asia, will reach its peak population in 2067, after which the population will begin to decline. Meanwhile, the Asian country, China, has been pushing the population growth by continuing the one-child policy for a long time. The country reported its first population decline in 60 years. China's population will peak in 2031, then start to decline again. Meanwhile, in another Asian country, Japan, the population has started to decrease since 2010. According to reports, the population has decreased by around 8 lakhs last year. South Korea is also on the list of population decline. This trend of population decline is not seen as a threat, but experts believe that it will be an economic challenge for the world in the future. They say that if a country's population decreases, the number of elderly people in that country increases. And so in other countries like Japan. If the population pyramid is reversed, by 2075 the situation will reach a point where the number of people over 65 and under 15 will be the highest, and the number of men and women capable of reproduction will be at the bottom. As a result, the childbirth rate will decrease. The number of elderly people will increase, the world economy will lose balance due to the lack of working manpower. Experts fear that if the declining state of population continues, the reverse countdown of mankind will begin in the next century.